Hi Stitchers, this is Stitching to Connect Annie. It is September 12th. It's a Monday night football. Broncos are playing Seattle. If you're not a football fan, I will not wax on right now, but I'll put it on at the end. So I'm all decked out for our first game of the season. And go Broncos. We bleed orange around here. I do anyway. Okay, so this will be, I believe this is my 42nd floss tube. I have some good notes here in front of me. My voice is all crackly already to begin with. Let me get some water. This is a floss tube about my adventures in cross stitching. I also do some quilting, not quite as much lately, but I do sew, so some quilting. I think last time I said I'm going to delve into some project bags. That's a project on my October list of things. And Thursday, I am leaving for DC to take care of my 2 grandkids for 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. They're teenagers. It's going to be a fabulous time. They have a in-ground pool. They live in Bethesda, Maryland. And when I talked to my daughter yesterday, they just had it refurbished and the filter cleaned and everything. So it's like pristine, and I'm going to enjoy doing that. Kids will be in school. So I pretty much have my days from 8 to 4 every day. So I'm just going to be the adult in the household. They're really good kids. My daughter filled me in on some of their activities, and I have 2 grandpuppies that I will be taking care of, Mika and Brigitte. They're a handful, and I'm a cat person, so wish me luck. I know the dogs really well. I've spent a lot of time with them, but you know, walking, picking up poop, feeding, all the necessary things you have with dogs. I feed my cat too, but she's kind of a free feeder. These dogs like woof their food down, and there are 2 of them, and one you have to feed them separately. You have to stand by one while it eats, so it because it gets distracted and it doesn't want to eat all the time, and so it's a whole thing. So I'll give you a report when I get back or during. Like I said, it's going to be 2 weeks. I leave Thursday, and I get back Tuesday, so it's not quite a full 2 weeks. It's 12 days. I'll give you a full report when I get back. I may try to do one while I'm there. Maybe show off the puppies. It'd be great if I could get my grandkids on with me, but they probably won't do it. I can almost guarantee it. But you never know. Grammy can always ask. But I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen my granddaughter in person. Is this right? Since Thanksgiving last year. That's not right. That's not true. I saw them both. I saw both the grandkids in May when I went to the wedding in Kentucky. So forget all of that. I've seen everybody. I saw everybody in May, and then Nathaniel came and stayed with us for a week in June. So yeah. So I'm excited about that. They're my only 2 grandkids. And let's see. So that was a little life in the front. I try to keep my life at the back. Life activities at the back end of the video, so you can kind of, if you're not interested, you can not watch it at the end. But it creeps in because I have a family and they're amazing. So my last video was August 31st, maybe 30th. So I have done a lot in September. First of all, day before I did my last video, I had my first shingle shot. Wiped me out for 4 days. I was a little sore the day I did my floss tube last time. And again, I'll put that all at the end. But anyway, I didn't stitch for 4 days, 4 or 5 days. The first week of end end of August, first week of September. Finally got back to it on Friday. I believe it was the 2nd, according to my handy dandy planner. This is a wonderful thing. This is a Black Needle Society journal and planner that they did last year in one of the boxes, and I'm here to say I just ordered my one for next year. They're doing it as a separate separate order. So go onto Black Needle Society if you want one of these for next year, and pre-order it, because they're taking pre-orders now, and I highly recommend it. I did go through and put these, which she said they've improved this year. They always take notes on what you like and what you have suggestions for to improve. And these little tabs where the months were just paper, and the paper that it's made of. And the paper's fine that it's made of, but when it's a tab, it got kind of bent, messed, and everything. So I took my little stickers and I bent them over like that, and put them on the tabs. And that's been fine for me. I didn't really do that until August. I finally figured that I wanted to do that because the tabs were getting pretty messed up for the end of the year. So yeah, so that is my look at September. Lots of notes, lots of fun stickers. I kind of did a magical September. It's been so hot here. It's just let up this weekend. I mean, it rained and we had in the 50s. It was in the mid-90s one day, and you know, if you know anything about Colorado weather, it can drop 30 degrees, and it did. We're down to the 50s and 60s 2 days after. So, didn't want to really do fall. We're really not into fall. So, I put some magical stuff in September, which was fun. Oh, yeah, let me think a minute here. So, look at my notes. That's why I have notes. That's why I made notes. First thing I want to talk about, which I don't know if you watched my last, I thought this hair wouldn't bother me because I had a hat on. Wrong. It's bothering the heck out of me. I think if I tucked it under my glasses, maybe it wouldn't do that. I'll try that. I'm a hair toucher. It's me. Get over it or move on. I just do it. I do it in real life. I do it on video. I'm a hair toucher, and I kind of got away from face touching during COVID. So, okay. What was I talking about? At the end of my video last time, I was like, there's something else, and I cannot remember what it is that I wanted to talk to you about. It's Pattern Keeper. Okay. So, excuse me, this is where all my stuff gets plugged in back here. And why is it all jammed up? Okay. So, everybody's read about Pattern Keeper. I have an iPad. I'm an iPad girl, have been for many, many years. I don't have a laptop. I do have a laptop, but it's kind of broken and messed up. So, my Microsoft laptop kind of situation isn't handy. So I just use my iPad all the time. Well, Pattern Keeper is not made unless you do a whole lot of stuff, which I am not a techie, and I couldn't even begin to figure that out, to adapt it to Apple. Is it Apple that's iOS, or is it the other that's iOS? I don't know. I don't remember for sure. Anyway, so I kind of drug my heels, and I've made my patterns on my iPad work because I download it to, I'm not going to remember the name of it. It'll come to me. Anyway, it's a program. I downloaded it. I download my patterns onto that. They're PDFs, basically. It's a PDF reader. annoyed me now. I can't remember the name of it. I love being a senior. Anyway, so I've made it work, and I can mark it off, highlight and mark off. Okay, but it doesn't count. It doesn't show where the stitches are, where the individual colors are. It doesn't show the percentage of what you've done, of how many stitches you've done. You can figure all the percentage stuff out because you can if you really want to. I'm not a big counter, so it's not been, I'm more of a put so many hours into stitching, not so many stitches really. But I know people who are, and that's fine. Everybody has their thing. So I'm blathering here. So I thought, someday maybe. Well, I got the itch when I was in DC over Thanksgiving last year, and I was in DC for about 10 days last year over Thanksgiving. And I went ahead and ordered I can't get it to work, little fire tablet. No. Went ahead and ordered that because I thought, okay, all this nonsense, I'm going to try and get this Pattern Keeper thing done. And I downloaded it in July. I finally figured out how to get Pattern Keeper onto that little tablet. I think I spent $80 on it or something. It wasn't bad. So it took me from Thanksgiving when I got it, messing around with it a little bit. I still couldn't quite figure it out. But it also was nice to have another device. So I have my phone, I have that, and I have my iPad. Where was I? Oh, okay. So from November to July, no Pattern Keeper. In July, I got it downloaded. I'm sorry, well, my throat is so hoarse today. I'm going to keep clearing my throat, which is totally annoying. I downloaded it. I fiddled with it. I wasn't having any good luck with downloading my patterns. And then we got Haunted Library. I remember when we got Haunted Library, but we got it, and sometime in August, I think. Yeah. And it had a Pattern Keeper pattern, especially made for Pattern Keeper. So I went ahead and downloaded onto my my Amazon, my Fire device, my little device, and it worked. It worked. I thought it worked. I had made the mistake. I made a mistake of they ask you a question about when you're downloading a pattern or PDF. If there's shaded rows or shaded columns, and the shaded ones, which I'm used to and everything, is overlap, because I started out in this whole venture with a Haid, and they do shadeds on their pages. So it's a shaded overlap on the page. Why? I'm not sure. But why they do it that way, I'm not sure. But I had made the mistake of saying yes, and it was a no. So the first one I did, I kind of screwed up, and I got off some stitches because of that. So it didn't quite read it correctly. The second download, I figured that out. Oh, unfortunately, I had done some stitching on Haunted Library, so I had to adjust. So, Pattern Keeper, whole new thing. So on some of them, I downloaded them, I've kind of fiddled around with it. My understanding, and correct me or comment or whatever if I'm wrong, is if you take a picture, and that's the other thing I've done. I've taken pictures on my phone and downloaded pieces of patterns and stuff just so I could enlarge it and things like that. But if you take a picture, turn it into a PDF, I think this is correct. You have a PDF and you download it. It can't find the colors, and it won't so it won't count the stitches and the percentages. So that those three, but you can mark it and everything. For me, it's just easier to work off my iPad. So the only disadvantage of when I'm working off my iPad is what I usually zoom off of. So if I'm on a Zoom call or something and I'm trying to stitch on that, well, now I have this little guy I can zoom off. So it's all working out. Because my phone, I have trouble zooming on my phone. Again, I'm not a techie. I do the best I can. So that was a biggie, and I wanted to say, yay, I've kind of entered a whole new realm. And so when I get a pattern that's made for Pattern Keeper, it's definitely going into Pattern Keeper, and it's a fun kind of thing to see how much you've done, how much you've accomplished, what percentage you are. That's probably more exciting to me than the stitching. I do kind of, let's see, I'm just trying to get on here for a minute to show you. I do like Pattern Keeper. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I did download my long dog on it too. This is my long dog. That's my Alice. That I'm having trouble with. Oop, didn't mean to do that. She did not download correctly. But this is my haunted library, and it's kind of fun, and it is kind of neat to see where the other colors are. Like if you hit here, it highlights. See, if you hit 310, sorry for the glare, it highlights all of where 310, which is black, of course, is. And then over here, if you can see, it shows, fiddly dee. Anyway, it shows I'm at 16%. 16%. Better than 0%. So according to this, I have done 1,465 stitches out of 9,000. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a fun little thing to do. So that was my big news on Pattern Keeper, and that was what I forgot to talk about last time. Let's do WIPS. WIPS. Okay. So I did 2 Zooms this week in the last 10 days. I did one with the Harry Potter group, Athena Leads. It's a once a month. I think it's on the 7th every month, and the reason it's on the 7th, I don't remember. They also did one on the 1st, which I think was Harry Potter Day or something. I didn't jump on that one because I still felt like crap from my shop. But I got on the 7th, and I worked on Haunted Library. Where's my Haunted Library? Here she is. And then I worked on another, but we'll talk about Haunted Library first. So here's where she's at. So last time I showed you, I just had started her. I didn't have any of the other black done. I didn't have any of the books done. I hope you can see that little bit of a sparkle. So this is the cat down here. She's very kind of hard to decipher. But here's her ears. Here's her ears. I do have some white in there. I didn't realize I had the white in. Anyway, she's like a skeleton. A lot of people have seen this. It's a very, very fun stitch. But anyway, what I was telling you was I got off because of those 3 rows or 3 columns that I didn't that I identified but weren't, because they weren't overlapped. They didn't have any shading on them. I got off with her. So her face is super close to these books. But I think everything else is lined up now correctly. I fudged a lot on this one. Did I fudge any more? I may have fudged on the start of the balcony. Yeah. But it's going to be fine. As long as I fudge on the other side, because it's a balanced stitch. As long as I fudge on the other side, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I have used all my own flosses. So these are my flosses for it. I have used some DMC, but I also pulled a lot of Classic Color Works, and what else do I have here? Forbidden Fiber, and yeah, DMCs, and yeah, because like I said, I've got all these fancy flosses, I might as well use them. She's in my Fun Lindy bag. I say she because I'm kind of basing it off my Haunted Librarian. So here on the other side, there's a fun little skeleton. It's called Buried in Books, and he's reading a book, and there's books falling down on him and stuff. And then this week's release is the arches behind the balcony. It's a beautiful stitch. I hope I can finish it. I'm not going to finish it this year, probably, or for Halloween. I think it goes through the end of October, I'm pretty sure. It releases once a week, so I think we're on the third release. And like I said last time, I got behind from the very beginning because everybody stitched all the black as a starting point, and I didn't get it. I didn't start until I got her. So it's fun, and I got a fair amount done, so I'm pretty happy. 1,400 stitches. For me, that's quite a bit. And when you're thinking it's been 10 days since I filmed, and I didn't stitch for 4 or 5 of those days. One day this week I didn't stitch, and then the first 4 of the whole week I didn't stitch. So, oh boy, I just zipped some floss. You have to be careful with these bags. Just zip some floss into that. Okay, so that's my first WIP. What else did I work on? Oh, remember I'm terming this September Sal month, and I was going to work on Sal's, and I kind of did. I did work on her. I did work on my mermaid. So I got that. I got all that green done on her. I want to get more done on her, and I pulled my threads and everything. Realized I didn't have the colors I needed for this. Trying to figure out if I'm going to substitute or order some or whatever. But we could get some stitches in on her. I don't know how many. It doesn't matter. A couple hours I worked on her. So I did work on her, I think one day. I had planned on working on her more, and then like I said, because of all the craziness with my sore arm, she didn't get worked on. So I didn't get Shining Fish worked on either. I'm not sure I had determined I was going to work on that last time. And then, as Miss Bendy Stitchy would say, I went ham on this. Okay, so last year, I think it was last year. So Pam, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, which I love the name of that, does a Zoom. It's closed, I think, but I'm not sure. She does a Fancy Lady Zoom and a Hawk Run Hollow Zoom. And I jumped on both of them. I haven't been as faithful as I'd like to be, but I'm going to do that more this fall. Summer was kind of crazy to do that all the time. Be available for it. So I did jump on it again this week. Last week. She does them on Thursday nights. I think it's the first Thursday night. Yeah, it's the first Thursday night, and the fourth is maybe the Fancy Lady, which I do my At the Met memorabilia on those. And I think I need to check. It's either the third or fourth, and if it's the third, I may miss it because I'll be in DC. But if it's the fourth, I'll probably be able to jump on that because I'll be home. Okay, so last year, I'm doing Cochrane Hollow Shores, which I'm sure a lot of you know about. Again, my hair is starting to migrate. It's starting to drive me crazy, but I'm trying to leave it alone. Okay, this is Shores. This one. It is Carriage House Samplings. If you're not familiar with Cochrane Hollow, they have a series of them. I think there's a Halloween, there's a year, which has all the months. They're all done in kind of in blocks. I'm not sure if the map, I don't think the map is done in blocks. I think it looks like a map. It has a huge hawk or eagle or something on the side. It's gorgeous. So there's Shores and there's Halloween. There's a Halloween one that's beautiful. It's really fun. If I ever get this one done, I probably will try to do the Halloween one. So there's 3 that I know of. Let's see. Shores Town, maybe? I think there might be a town. So there's 4 block ones and then the map. That's off the top of my head. Don't quote me. Anyway, they are beautiful. So, over a year ago, I was during COVID, so I wasn't shopping, but I ordered some fabric. This is the fabric I ordered. I ordered a huge piece. It is like working on sandpaper. I did that much of the corner because I love lighthouses. I did that much of the corner. I don't mind the coloration of it. I just don't like the way it feels. Especially doing it with silks. It felt like I was pulling it through sandpaper. It really honestly did. This is 16 or 18 count, I'm not sure which. And the back is darker and it feels even worse than the front. Did I try to wash it? I don't think I did. So what I ended up doing last year, and when I started this with Pam's group, was I decided I was going to make them into little individual pillows. I couldn't even do that. I just couldn't. So one of my goals when I went to StitchCon this year was to find some fabric, be able to touch it, feel it, smell it, whatever, that would work for this piece. And I found this wonderful fabric. I wrote down the name of it, or I have it written down. Oh, it is. Okay, so this is the leftover piece, because this piece is huge. You need I got a half yard. I got a half yard for this. This is 16-inch brick fiber on a whim. And I thought, is it going to be too dark? Is it going to be too light? Is it going to be... It is perfect. And it's so soft and so fun to work with. It really does matter, stitchers, your fabric. I just can't work on stiff, scratchy fabric. Plus, using those silks and pulling it through that sandpaper stuff, I felt like I was shredding my silks. And silks are not cheap. So this was my first kind of silk piece. So will I finish this? Probably not. This is probably going to go in the bin. I may try, I have a huge piece of this left. I may try and throw it in the washer, throw some fabric softener, see if I can get it softened at all. And if I can, I've got some great fabric I can use because the color is good. I like the color. I just hate the texture. Okay, off my soapbox on that. You ready? So, I've not started this. Get your pattern in. I'd not started this. And I thought, well, I'm going to start in this corner. I had started in that corner. I'm going to start in this corner because I kind of like that moon. I like the saying, it says the moon above will guide my love while he's at sea away from me. And I thought, that looks fun. It looks like an easy corner start because of this red star. up here. I didn't do the border yet. Again, I was like, okay, I'm diving into this again. How am I going to like it? Do I want to make it into pillows? What am I going to do? Oh my goodness, I went ham on this, which is what one of Michelle Bendy Stitchy things she says, which means hard as a mofo. Look at that. I did all this in the last, I stitched on it Thursday night with the group, and I didn't stitch Friday, and I stitched Saturday for 3 hours, and I stitched yesterday for 4, maybe even 5 hours. Look how much I got done, and I love this fabric. I was worried the gold wouldn't be a good match, but I think it's perfect. It's just perfect. I'm super happy with it. So kind of the reason I stopped was, and I'm using the Call For silks, the NPI silks. But these are the only silks I have that were the called fors. So I have these, the blue, the red, the gold, the white, and the black. And I've got some on order with 1, 2, 3 stitch. 1, 2, 3, or maybe it was, I don't remember. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Hope that's hope that shows. Yes. I don't know if I'm taking it to DC with me. It's a little big. Kind of think I'll take my Gilmore Girls with me and maybe a couple other smalls. But I could stitch on it some more because Kitty just jumped in my suitcase. Hey, Sierra, yes, Mommy has to travel. I'll be gone for 12 days. I hope she's really good for my husband. He loves her. It's fine, I know, but I will miss her. Yes, I had to go take care of the doggers. Anyway, so I have black, and so all the black stitching I can do over here, the words. I think that's probably about it. Everything else is I had to order. So the moon, all the moon is done except for the inner boxes. I love it. Yeah. There's more stars, but they are in a different color. So if I want to stitch, what's that plus? Oh, okay, that one, okay. I can only stitch the lettering, the words. And I don't think I want to stitch the words when I'm in DC. I think I have to focus too much on words. So that's the story of that. I'm very excited about that. I do have some other silks. Oh, I do have that silk. But it isn't for this block. It's not for this block. They're in the wrong color ranges. So, which is fine. I was kind of ordering as I went because it's expensive. Silks are expensive. But the other fun thing, I'm putting these not the way I wanted to. The other fun thing is they're 8 ply. 8 ply. So I'm getting a lot of stitches out of whatever this, how many ounces or whatever it is. I think that's all the stitching I did. But for me, that's a lot of stitching because I stitched 5, 4, 3, 12 hours on that. 12 hours off and on days. So those are the 3 things I stitched on. 3? Yeah, 3. The library, the mermaid, or the Queen of the Sea, and the shores. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. So, a little bit of haul. Got bombarded by my threads, my floss that so I belong to Classic Color Works. I don't remember who I get it from exactly, but I get 10 every month. Really pretty colors. I'm not gonna hold up. call out all the colors, but there's some really, really fun colors in here. Lots of blues and pinks and purples and even a white-ish. It's called Bamboo. This one's kind of fun. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of sherbety. Yeah, I don't know what I do with that, but possibilities. So I got that one from Classic Colorworks. Kind of all came in 1 week. They all came last week. The last 10 days is when they came. Because last time I think I was talking about I was waiting for them to come before I did my Flosstube, and then I went, no, screw this, I'm doing it. Then I get 10, I think, WIPS Dye Works. Yes, I jumped back on the WIPS Dye Works wagon because I know people have objections, and I had an objection, and I still have that same objection, but it's not enough to keep me from stitching with their threads. Because they're so gorgeous, and some of my very favorite designers design with them. Lindy Stitches designs with them, and things just don't look the same if you don't use these threads. Very pretty. I think I already pulled one for one of my other ones, and I have a couple of these already. I have like the brick. So there's brick, there's Bordeaux. They're variegated, so really beautiful. Butterbean, which is a green and yellow. And this is darker. It's a broom tree. Similar, but a little, see, they're very, very close, but different. It's interesting. I'm not sure. Bright Leaf, which is great for fall. This one I love, of course, because it is blues. It's called Blue Fescue, and I think it's like I think a fescue is like grass, and it tends to be bluish and green, blue-green. Boysenberry, straight boysenberry. And this is a beautiful green. It's called Bullfrog. It would make a fabulous frog if I was doing a frog anytime. So I got all those, and then I got, how many did I get of these? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think I get 12. I get 10 regular ones and 2 one-of-a-kinds from Forbidden Fiber. So I probably spend $75 a month on my floss clubs. Close. I did just cancel one last year. I was getting, these are Classic Colorworks. I was getting Color and Cotton, and I decided I would drop that one when I joined the WIPS Dye Works one. Not because I didn't like their floss. I just really wanted WIPS Dye Works, and I was like, budget-wise, I went, do I want to spend $100 every month? I don't think so. And I've also learned that if I really want something to look like what it's presented as, I go ahead and order the flosses. And I still have a lot of DMCs that I use. So everybody has what they enjoy or what they like. His hair. I should have gotten it cut last week, and I canceled my appointment. Oh, well. Focus, Ann. I decided if I really want it to look as it is, get the called fors. But for the most part, I pull from stash now for my projects, for the most part. This is fabulous. I love this. This is called Never a Dull Moment. OMG. Look at that. Look at those blues. I really want to stitch something sea oriented with that. I'm going to show you the blues first. Frost. It's pretty. Calypso. It's also my color. And this one's really nice too. And this is Beautiful Noise. And oh, I would really like to get this into a ink circles pattern. Is that what I was thinking when I saw this? I think it was. Or there might have been something more specific rather than just things. I may have thought of a pattern. I just thought, oh, this would be so fabulous with this. This is a lavender pearl, which is exactly what it looks like. Midas touch, another gold. Always use gold. Raisin, which is kind of pretty. It's kind of a purple brown. This is a one of a kind, which looks a lot like raisin. I'm sorry. These could be the same floss. No, they're not quite. There's more of a, in this oak, well, I call it oak. It's one of a kind, and I don't know what. So she does boxes, and I think she dyes specifically for boxes or for projects that people ask for or whatever. And so she has some one of a kinds. And when I look at that, I thought they were the same, but when you look at the one of a kind one, it's got a lot more browns in it. So I was wrong, but it's very close. Bring Me Flowers, which is a very pretty, this would be great with, this would be nice on skin tone, for skin tones, Caucasian skin tones. This is fabulous. This is the one of a kind, and this has lots of fun ones of those. And then this is Obsidian, which is a dark chocolate charcoal, basically. It has browns and dark grays in it, and maybe some black. So, yeah. So every month I get 3 sets of those. And I think I was looking at my Classic Color Works. I think it was Classic Color Works. Yeah, my Classic Color Works, because I downloaded some spreadsheets that the companies made that lists all their flosses and their names and their numbers. And I just check those off as I get these every time I get some. And then I made a, Forbidden Fiber doesn't have one of those, or that I have found anyway. So I made a spreadsheet, and I've been adding these to my spreadsheet. I have over 150 of these now. I think that's correct. My Classic Color Works, I'm getting close to having a complete collection. That's what I've gotten for the longest amount of time. And then I just started my Week Style Works collection. So, yeah. If I was on a strict budget, yeah, that wouldn't be happening, but I'm not. My husband still works. We still have money coming in. In 5 years, maybe that will change. In 5 years, I should have all my flosses. Yeah. So I'm very fortunate that I can do that, and that's amazing. I did I get it? I'm going to throw in my drawer next to my bed when I get a new piece of fabric. I don't think I did. I think I have a new piece of fabric in the mailbox right now as we speak from Forbidden Fiber. So my 2 fabric clubs are Forbidden Fiber and Fortnite Fabrics. And I get Lugana from both of those. 28 count Lugana, I think. May switch back. Next year, I may switch back to 18 count. I'm not great on 28 count. I'm decide if I really love it enough to do a little bit of the struggle bust that I have with it. But, so those are my purchases. Not completely. I'll talk about 2 other purchases I made. I think I told you I got into Black Needle Society box. I did that. And then I got into Black Needle. I ordered my Black Needle Society planner, which was, again, it's pre-order. And if you want one, they're amazing. I'm looking right at it. It's good and good. So, September I showed you. I'll show you my October. This is what I have for October so far. So one of the things I did do also is I ordered some Pip stickers. That's what I had for my September. A lot of my, all the stickers are Pip stick. And then I went ahead and started decorating for October. And this is my Alexa's, Athena, I'm sorry, Athena, 13 Stitches of Halloween list that I made. And so I put her on there and the little boy across the way. I got to put her little ears and her nose on her and give her a candy bag. And I put devil's horns because little boys are devils. They can be. And a trick or treat pumpkin there. So that was fun. Then I got some more and I started decorating October. So lots of kitties, a little bit of spooky, a little bit of spider, a little bit of hocus pocus. So I think we start our hocus pocus 2. I'm hoping to get that box or that set while I'm gone. I'm hoping that comes. Is it Fangirl Fibers? I have this all written down. Is it? Hocus Pocus 2 is Fangirl Fibers. Yeah. So anyway, that's my, so you can see I have my haunted library written in every Friday. A little bit of life sneaking in here. I started my 55 plus choir, 55 years and older choir this last week. I had not sung for 2 years because of COVID. 2 years. And we started this last Friday, and I'm delighted. It's so fun. It's a good group. There's a lot of people that aren't there, and I'm not sure they're comfortable coming back to sing yet, or I don't know, for whatever reason. And it was the first week. It could be they're coming back. Anyway, so every Friday I have choir at 10:30 in the morning until 12:30. We go until mid-November, and then we have a concert. Usually we had gone through all in November, and then our concert was like the second week of December, and this year he cut it shorter, and we're having our concert, which is a combination of holiday and like we're doing some Cole Porter, and we're doing we're doing a Hanukkah song, we're doing Cole Porter, we're doing 5 songs of Christmas, a variety of things. A Thanksgiving song, Be Thankful, I think it's called. It's one that is familiar to most people. So anyway, so that's fun. It gets me, it lifts my soul. I love singing. I've sung throughout my lifetime many times. Okay, is that all I have on the planner? I think so. And then, I didn't show this too. She's cute. Or they're cute. So I added her in there under October. I think that's all the stickers I have. So that was kind of fun. I did that right before I did this. So, progress tracker's done. That's another fun thing they have in this book. It's a progress tracker, so you put your projects right here, and then you can either put your, I tend to mix, I kind of tend to mix hours and stitches, how many stitches or how many hours. This is the number, these are the calendar days all the way around the outside, then you put these in here, and then you can add them in, and so you can see I'm not sure I got these on the right dates because I didn't stitch for like 4 days in a row. It's not important. It's not important. It's not brain surgery. It's just kind of a fun way to keep track of what you've worked on, basically. So yeah. What else? Oh, another purchase I made. I'm gonna do a couple of reviews. What are we at? Oh wow, we're at 50 minutes already. This may go an hour. But you may not see me for 2.5 weeks, so I finally broke down and got me one of these. So I can put my iPad on this, whether it's for Zoom calls or for stitching or whatever. It's super comfortable. I don't have to, because of my hand, I don't have to hold it when I'm using an iPad. It works really well. So I broke down and bought one of those. Amazon. That was good. And then one of the gals in one of my last videos, or one of my Flosstube comments, was she asked me what I had this sitting behind me. This is a K's Z-frame, I think it's called. Call me out if that's not correct. And this is what I use for my Q-snap, and this is a lap stand. Because remember, I ordered that one that's coming from Europe, who knows when, probably be a year. And I wanted to have one that I could really use. So it's very nice, it's very adjustable. It works very well for Q-snaps. It's a little fiddly for my fingers. I tend to crank it too tight and then I can't get it undone. But that is the only thing, and that's my limitation. That is not anybody else's limitation but mine. It's very well made. It's sanded well, there's no rough edges. It has a little slot where you can, ouch. It has a little slot where you can put things, whatever. If I'm not using my Lowry, I'm using this. And it's very nice for bedtime stitching. So I wanted to share that. And it's a little bit heavy. I am taking it to DC. It's probably 3.5 pounds, I would guess. I'm trying to figure out my weight for my travel, but it's going to be in the 80s while I'm there. I'm throwing in shorts and some bathing suits and some long pants for evenings, and that's it. There's no heavy anything going with me besides my stitching. So I want to share that with you. Is that everything? I think it is. So you see my hand. This is all life. If you want to say bye for now, and I'll see you in 2.5 weeks probably. Maybe even 3. Who knows? I could get a bug and do it sooner. But, so my hand. I have arthritis in my right hand, not so my left, partly because I've had a number of surgeries on my right hand, and as I've gotten into my later years, it's settled into my fingers, so I have a lot of problems. But I found these gloves, and there's 2 of them. They're made out of bamboo, and they're compression gloves. If you are at all interested and want to know more about it, comment, and I will send you the info on how I ordered them. I can sleep in them. They really help. They're not super tight. I have very, very small, if you can tell. I have very small hands. My left hand, I don't have problems, but I have this thing going on. It's just like, yeah, we'll just look really ugly for the rest of your life. So I don't have problems with this hand. My knuckles are normal size on this hand. Knuckles are huge. Lots of pain, lots of aching in the night, aching in the morning, have to soak it in hot water in the morning. These have improved my right hand greatly. And then, like I told you, I stitched 4 to 5 hours yesterday. So I'm suffering a little bit from that, but I didn't care last night. But so today I'm like, I'm going to do a Flosstube, maybe not stitch until evening, see how my hand feels. But I've worn this all day. I wore it last night to sleep in. And then during the day also I put my braces on. I don't even have to wear my brace on my pointer finger today. It's not hurting at all. So activities or anything, I put my braces on for whatever. So that's what my hand is all about. I know it's ugly. Fingernails are terrible because I'm going in to get them done before I leave. More life than you wanted to know. A little bit on my follow-up on my shingle shop. OMG. I was sick and my arm hurt so bad I couldn't even stand it. It hurt so bad. I was shoveling down the extra strength Tylenol every 3.5 hours, and my temp went over 100. So for 2 days I felt, so the day I filmed, I had gotten it the day before. It was a little sore. It hurt a little bit, I just, kind of moved it around, which you try to do. And by that night, after I filmed, I could not lift my arm. I couldn't move my arm. You could not touch my arm. It hurt so bad. So But I am encouraged, and then I ran a fever of over 100 for 2 days. So, and then so that I got it Monday, and by Thursday afternoon, evening, I felt better. It took that long. Yes, get it. It's important. Get it, but expect some downtime those first few days because it's nothing to mess with. But I am encouraged because I was talking to my bestie, and she had it done before COVID, and she said her first one was exactly the same kind of symptoms I had, but her second one, because you have to get two, between 2 to 6 months afterwards, her second one was nothing. Nothing. So I'm hoping, even if I have a little bit of it, like even if it's as much as the reaction I had with my COVID shots, which I have a pretty sore arm with my COVID shots, but nothing like this. All that to say, get it? It's important. Okay, back to Bronco night. Again, if you're not interested, say bye for now. Got to share a little bit. So, this is me and my daughter. We went to the first preseason Bronco game when she was here. I don't think I showed you this. Anyway, that's my girl. So I was all decked out for that. She even bought a Bronco shirt for it. She's a Bronco fan because she was born here, and she knows how much I love Broncos. So I think that's mostly. Do they watch it every time in DC when it's on available? Probably not. But she did say she's going to get tickets for her and her husband when they play in Baltimore. They'll drive to Baltimore and go to the Baltimore game in December. So I went, okay. Might I even sneak out there in December? I don't know, because I'm not going to see them in December over the holidays, so I might just go out for a long weekend. Yeah. So anyway, I made these. I got all the parts and put them together. I've had these probably 15 years. Yeah, I like them. So I dug those out today. I ordered this bracelet a while back. It's just a fun bracelet. I have my orange Brighton bracelet, my hat. This is an old shirt. I have a newer one. Yeah. So I am all decked out. Usually my nails are orange for Bronco games. Like I said, I'm getting them done before I go to DC. It's been almost an hour, and I'm going to say bye for now. I don't think I forgot anything. I think I covered everything. So I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying life as much as a life offers to you, and making fabulous stitching choices. I enjoy my life. I have a very good life. So I will see you in a few weeks. This is Stitching to Connect Annie. Like, subscribe, comment. I will mention Black Nail Society threw out there, do you want to be a rep opportunity. I don't have enough subscribers. You have to have 750. I have like 330. So maybe next year, a goal of mine, I would love to be a Black Needle Society rep. I think the world of them. But a goal. So it's a goal. And so spread the word if you enjoy me, if you enjoy watching me, if you enjoyed all my progress on things. If not, that's fine too. I'm not for everybody. I know that. I never said I was out for anything in this except for enjoyment, and it got me through the pandemic. So bye for now. I've rambled on. Keep on stitching. Keep on connecting.